Only realize something is so important to you until it is gone. When my skin started to break out and I was having all of these crazy cystic spots, I just did not know what to do. It sounds mad, but I did not want to leave the house. I felt like I could not cope. But I've come a long way after 4 years, because it has been about 4 years of been dealing with this. I'm finally at a point where I'm like, I've got rid of my acne for good. Hi guys, I'm Ren. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is where we level up and become the best, baddest versions of ourselves together. This channel is all about self-mastery, being productive, mindfulness, and a whole lot of girl talk. If you like the sound of that, please press that subscribe button. I upload 3 times a week. And if leveling up and becoming the best, baddest version of yourself sounds like something you are on in this season, then girl, join the gang. This video is all about how I got rid of my acne for good. And it's taken me so long to create this video because it's something I've still been struggling with. I've not been struggling with breakouts, but I'm at a point where obviously I've got makeup on now. I'm gonna show on the screen what my skin looks like right now without makeup on, and I've still got a lot of blemishes, so I wouldn't say I'm a finished product, but I thought, do you know what, it is important to show someone this journey and to show them that you can get there. And yes, I'm not the finished product, but I want to be that person that can help someone out there, because I remember watching a video very similar to this years ago on YouTube and it changed my life. She gave me some great ideas that I still use to this day. So I was like, no, I have to help someone. Like, forget waiting another year or 2 years till all my blemishes are gone. Like, I no longer have acne. Do you know how good it feels to say that? Because I've been up and down. I've not had spots for a bit, then they've come back, then I'm not, then they've come back. But I'm at a point where consistently, for the first time ever, I have had no breakouts. So I'm here to share everything, not gatekeeping, because I want to help you. Girl, I want to change your life like somebody changed mine. So my acne journey, I'm going to insert a picture here, but it started about, I would say probably about the age of 23. So I came off the pill for a bit and I first noticed, wow, loads of spots. I did not know about something called post-pill acne, which I learned about literally probably 5 months ago. That's the first time I actually knew it existed. At the time, I didn't know what it was. So I come off this pill. Prior to that, even teenage years, I'd never had any spots. Always had clear skin. So I went on the pill for a couple of years. Naturally came off. Can't remember. I think I was going to change the implant. My skin went crazy. Went on the implant. Skin still crazy. I thought, oh my God, no way. I've got to go back on the pill. Went back on the pill. Then obviously I started to do my research and stuff. I was having breakouts on the pill, but they weren't as bad as when I was off. So I've done a lot of research and I came across this thing where your body basically, there's some people that need the pill to suppress their spots. So like being on the pill suppresses their acne. So I thought, oh my God, like this is what I'm gonna have to do. At the time I didn't care, I was quite young. I'm like, oh okay, I want to be on the pill anyway. So 2 for 1. But then about 2 years ago, just before I had my daughter, obviously I was off the pill because I was trying to get pregnant. And then I got pregnant, so I was off the pill. My skin was going crazy. And I thought, I have to fix this. Like, yes, when I have her, I can go back on it. Which, don't get me wrong, I was this close to just being like, I'm just gonna spend the pill forever. And I thought, no, like I need to actually fix this. So throughout my whole life, I'm trying all of these topical. That's what people talk about, topical. So your benzoyl cream, this routine. I was on YouTube, this face routine, that face routine, this cream, that cream, this oil. And I was fed up. I'm like, okay, they're helping. They might dry out the spots, but they're coming back. Like, I know that it's more than, like, something's going on inside my body. Why do these spots keep coming back? I'm going to the doctors. They're like, no, just try this benzo. I'm like, yeah, it's just drying out my skin. They are coming back to the point where I felt like I was wanting to go on Accutane, which was definitely dramatic. I had spots, but compared to some of the situations people have seen that's gone on that, I'm like, okay, I don't need to go on that. And the side effects are horrendous. But I thought I need to figure this out. As much as my acne might not have been as extreme as some people may experience it, when you are used to something and that thing changes to you, it shakes your world. So I know 100% I have not got the worst acne out there, but for me, it was a big, big difference. So I felt like it was just the worst thing ever. So okay, I said, do you know what? Forget this. I need to just do my research. I need to work inside out. And that is basically That was my biggest breakthrough. Vitamins was the start of the changing point for me. But obviously your body, you have to get used to what your body's used to. So it still was a bit, but that was one of the big things. I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing the difference. So I watched this video. What is her name? I can't remember her name. If I remember, I'm gonna try and link it. I'm gonna actually try and find the video. It got something like 2 million views, so I'm sure you might have even watched it. It's quite old now. It's probably literally about 4 years ago. But I think it's Olivia something, like Organic Olivia. I'm sure that's her name. But basically, she done a whole like hour video. I watched the whole thing. I watched it back again. I was taking notes all about all these vitamins she's on. So I thought, okay, I need to make this work for me because being on about 10 vitamins is just not for me. But let's like pick and choose depending on acne. So my acne was very like forehead acne, cystic acne, didn't really have any hormonal, which tends to be here. So I thought, okay, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to pick like out which ones I think I want to try for me. So it was a bit of a journey. I think at the time I went on B12, which worked, but you had to, was it B12 or B6? I can't remember, but you had to take, I don't even think it was B12 or B6, some kind of B basically that I got off Amazon. I don't think it was B12 or B6, but I literally had to take 5 capsules a day. And it worked. It was suppressing the acne. As soon as you stopped, it came back. And I was like, 5, these fat pills, 5, I cannot do that. Then I discovered zinc. She mentioned zinc in the video, which definitely, I think that was one of like my star ones because I still take zinc to this day. So with zinc, it helps the healing process. It doesn't stop the acne. It just helps the healing process. Like you still get a spot, but you go a lot quicker. They dry out a lot quicker. So zinc was like a good one. However, for your body to break down zinc really well, it's better with vitamin A. So I took vitamin A and I took zinc together. Probiotics were also really important for my journey. So I've done a lot of research and I found that probiotics were really good for cystic acne, which was the acne I was getting. So again, took those. They were working. What I was finding, I was still getting the spots on my forehead, but they weren't hurting. They weren't cystic. Like they were trying to be cystic, but they were going a lot quicker. They weren't as painful. They weren't lasting long. Before, I used to get a cystic spot and I swear 2 weeks pain. Like it would just be there. Whereas when I started to take the probiotics, it went a lot quicker. However, if you do know about probiotics, every woman should take probiotics because they basically work on your digestive system. So if you're not someone that goes toilet regularly, or you're struggling with IBS symptoms, or bloating, or you just have a lot of digestive stomach issues, probiotics are just a lifesaver anyway. I even take them on holiday because you know when you go on a holiday and you generally get constipated, I would take like 2 or 3 probiotics a day, boom, go to the toilet like everything's normal. So now I just love them. I'd never stop taking them anyway because it's really good for my gut health. This is the most consistently I've ever gone to the toilet. So they're just a go-to anyway. Same with the zinc, and that's the thing. I've kept these vitamins up because one thing about vitamins compared to topicals, it helps all round. So zinc, I was someone that got so ill all the time. I've got a very weak immune system, but with zinc, I find I get ill less. When I do get ill, it's not as serious. It goes a lot quicker. So probiotics and zinc have just been, they will be in my life forever. Foods. Now this is where the second biggest breakthrough came from. So like I said, the vitamins were helping, but I was still getting the spots. I was still getting them. Like they're going a little quicker, but I'm still getting them. And I've got that type of skin. I don't know what it's called, but as soon as I get a spot, even if I don't pick it, I get pigmentation, which is so annoying. But it's just my skin and I'm just learning to deal with it. And that's why for me, it was like, I have to get what is causing these bloody spots, because yes, they're going quick. And I mean, they were going quick, like 1 day, 2 days, they're gone. So it was working, but it's like, I'm still getting all these blemishes because once a spot comes up, it's just like my skin is then marked. So food was massive. So I started to see a diet. And to be honest, my food breakthrough was not so long ago. My food breakthrough was about 3 months ago. I went to a dermatologist. Okay, actually, let's rewind a little bit. So I heard about food. Obviously, I was acne mad. I was doing all sorts of research. I'm seeing a lot about dairy. So before Christmas, I said to myself, right, I'm cutting out dairy. Do not care. Didn't have no chocolate over Christmas, no milk. I love cheese. I cut it all out. I was like, I'm fed up. I've had enough of this. I've absolutely had enough. So again, slight improvement, but nothing. I'm still getting spots. I wasn't getting loads, but I was still getting 1 or 2. So I'm like, okay, this is helping, but it's not the life-changing outcome I wanted. Do you know what I mean? I'm reading all these articles and watching these videos, and people are like, oh my God, I stopped taking dairy, my skin's completely clear, I've got no more spots, blah, blah. And I'm like, that isn't happening for me. So I went to a dermatologist to like, I'm like, okay, I want to sort out my skin, told her my story, blah, blah. Told her that I'm cutting out dairy. She's like, try sugar. She's like, try sugar. I'm telling you, I see girls with acne all the time. Try sugar. So I went through, I had this facial. It was, I'll link it, I'll add it on the screen because I cannot remember the name of the facial. But I had this facial and basically it worked on the acne, but it also was going to work on like my scars, basically. But she was saying, just try sugar. So lo and behold, that week I went home and said, right, I'm cutting out sugar. Listen, it was sugar. It was sugar. Since then, I haven't had no spots. I'll be honest, I might have had one little whitehead the other day. I had it above my lip, like the littlest. It wasn't even a proper spot like that. I put some apple cider vinegar on it, wiped my face, toned before bed, gone. But sugar, and you know why I know as well? It's sugar for me personally because there was a day or a weekend where I said, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have some sugar, whatever. Like, I've not had sugar in ages. I'm absolutely craving it. And I got a spot. But I was happy. And do you know why I was happy? Because I'm like, I know what it is now. So if I do decide to say, do you know what? I'm going to have some sugar. I want to live my life. That is fine. But at least I know that that is a food group that I cannot consume heavily. I know that now. And I know that I have to figure out my sugar cravings the other way. So the way I've been doing it a lot for me is fruit. I've been eating a lot of salty foods. It probably isn't the best, but I'll be honest, it's helping and it's not giving me spots. So crisp olives, have salted nuts have been my best friend when I'm having a sugar craving. But for me, it was sugar. But I'll be honest, you have to, what I would recommend is you trying both food groups because there are two food groups that are very, very high. So do about 2 weeks, no dairy, or even 3, and then stop that, go back to your dairy, then do 3 weeks isolated sugar. Because one thing that has took me so long as well in my journey, I was so distressed that I was just trying to do everything at once. And that doesn't help because then you don't actually know what is working. So I've always seen the best results and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to isolate and do this. I'm going to isolate and do this so then I can actually see what is working. They also say grease and fast food and oil and all that is not good for acne. I haven't, do you know what? I haven't completely cut out that food group, but I'll be honest, since I've been on this journey in general, I've been really mindful about what I'm putting in my body. Just in general, on my self-development journey. So maybe my overall eating habit has just really nourished my skin because I'm eating a lot of smoked salmon in the morning and avocado, which I know is amazing for your skin and your nails and your hair. I've been trying not to eat junk food, obviously, because a lot of the junk food and McDonald's and fast food and stuff like that has sugar in it. Because, girl, don't get it twisted, when you start saying you're going to cut out sugar, it's not just like sweets and chocolate and cakes. It's everything. Like everything you're probably going to go and order has got sugar in it. White bread's got sugar in it. Pasta's got sugar in it. Rice has got sugar in it. So it's everything. And don't get me wrong, I do have like some rice and some pasta, but I try and cut it down. Do you know what I mean? Completely cutting out sugar is absolutely like, it's not impossible, but it's very hard. But you want to cut it down so much that it's just, you're only consuming a little bit. So now I have like wholemeal bread. Every time I buy something, like even your tin sauces, like your tomato sauces that you use for your bolognese, like I'm looking at the sugar, I'm trying to get the one with the lowest amount of sugar in it. So I'm just being really mindful. And I think in general, it has helped my skin because yes, I will have like a takeout maybe once a week, but I'm really mindful about, I don't want to be consuming all that sugar. And when you do learn and research and find more about it and actually educate yourself, you don't want to consume the crap, especially when you're at this point where you're like, oh, like you're at your wit's end. You're like, I'm never, ever going back. Topical products. So one of my go-to topical products. So if you're here currently sitting down like, oh, this sounds great, but I just need some relief now. I could do with something topical that works now while the vitamins kick in, while the diet kicks in. Zinnerite. Zinnerite is the best thing I ever got, and I had to research it myself, and then I went to the doctors and was like, I need this, and then they subscribed it. I'm going to put it on the screen, but Zinnerite, it dries out your spots like this. Like Benazol, I didn't really like Benazol because it's like your whole I don't know, I just didn't like it, but this, I love it. Like I still have a bottle now just in case I get a spot. know what I mean? Can't go on holiday without it. Apple cider vinegar. For years, have used this, will continue to use this. I use it as a toner. I basically put it on a cotton pad, wipe it all around my face. It pops spots. It helps with blemishes. I'd have so much more blemishes than I actually do if it wasn't for apple cider vinegar. I know that for fact. It's antibacterial, so it cleans your spots, it cleans your surfaces. It's amazing. Apple cider vinegar, cheapest toner you can ever get. Make sure you get an organic one with the mother in it. My latest ad in terms of topical products is Pixie Pads Extreme. I'll add that on the screen as well. So I'll do that at night. Again, I seen a girl on YouTube use them, really helped with her blemishes. So I'm using them currently. I don't know the outcome. I do like them though. I feel like I kind of like the sting. I feel like, you know, when something stings, it feels like it's working. I do feel like my blemishes are actually getting lighter. So I actually do feel like they're working. So I can kind of do an update later on those, but I do like them. They're working for me right now. Last but not least, mindfulness. I know it sounds stupid and it's not something tangible that you can run out and go and buy, but honestly, mindfulness is so important. If you are sitting there stressing about having acne and your skin and your spots, it's not going to go. You're just going to attract it. It's basically the law of attraction. If you're stressed about having something, you're only going to get more of it. I'll be honest, this isn't my personal story. As you can see, I've used a lot of other things, but I have watched videos and read like books and stuff where people have said that they've literally attracted their acne away. They've manifested no acne by just visualizing their perfect skin, their perfect face, having no acne. I have done this as well as done other things. And maybe do you know what? I genuinely believe in law of manifestation. I have manifested a lot of things in my life. So I actually can put my hand on my chest and say, for me, I definitely believe it has aided my journey. When I started to visualize Laurie Harry, because her skin is glass, I did feel like my skin got better. Yes, it's probably a mix of the other stuff as well, but be mindful. If you are stressing about it and in the mirror looking at it, it's not going to help. So have someone's face or even your skin, visualize your skin absolutely clear, or maybe a younger version of yourself when your skin was amazingly clear. And every time you get stressed and you think about your acne, think about that picture instead, and it will really bring you on heaps and bounds in your journey. Guys, I really hope you like this video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know how your journey is going. Let me know if you want me to add any more information, because this one is from my heart. This was a personal struggle for me. And if I can help even one person out there get rid of their acne, then I've done my job.